Welcome to Harmony. In this video, we will explore how to analyze your data to unlock key insights. The analysis zone initially presents three areas: down, across, and discover. In this tutorial, we focus on standard analysis. To begin your investigation, drag and drop the variables you are interested in from the project tree into the analysis zone. When moving items, the drop zone highlights with an orange dotted line. The pin indicates the number of items selected and is colored green to indicate that items can be moved into the drop zone. Turning auto run off while creating analyses improves performance because you load the data when you're ready. When you drag in a new item, you can replace, add, or nest it exactly where you want it. You can also create your table with multiple levels of nesting. Now, we can click Apply to run the analysis. Let's turn Auto Run back on and add a filter to our table. You can add a specific filter element or drag in an entire variable. Harmoni uses the first element in the axis as the default filter, unless it's a time axis. A time axis filters by the most recent time period. You can change the filter by clicking the filter label in the interactive title to access the selector. Using the selector, you can also change other items in the analysis table when you click any label in the interactive title. If the selector is in the way, you can simply move it. Let's start a new analysis. Clearing the analysis gives you a blank canvas, but keeps your settings intact. Reset returns all settings to the default state and resets the project tree. You can interact with the analysis settings using the options in the Modify menu. The Add Replace switch allows you to show either a single calculation type, using Replace, or multiple calculation types, using Add. When you add calculation types, you can use the directional arrows to control whether they are added to the rows or the columns. In this menu, you can also find the statistical test options available. In Harmoni, significant differences are represented using green and red arrows. Or, you can choose to display multi-reference significant differences. With a simple click, you can also show percentile coloring to visually display the quartile distribution across the row values. The information bar provides contextual information about the settings applied in your analysis. Let's create a new analysis and adjust some of the settings. We'll start with a measure, also known as a continuous variable. Notice how Harmoni automatically adjusts the calculation type to averages. Let's add significance testing and remove the totals. In Harmoni, creating a graph is as simple as clicking on Visualize in the menu bar. Harmoni suggests the most appropriate graph for the data you are investigating. You can customize graphs in a similar way as when working with a table. You can chart only the items you want to visualize. Let's do some ranking and add the sample size. We can now save this analysis into a story. Let's carry on with our investigation. Let's hide some items from our table and visualize. You can select a different graph type. In this example, we'll choose a bead graph. Let's create a common scale and connect the beads vertically. Now, we can add the view to our story. As you carry on with your investigation, you can interact with different settings and visuals to discover insights. When you select a data point, the number menu is activated. You can create a single number graph. Let's add a gauge. Or drill through to learn more about this group of respondents. The project owner flags the variables that show in a record view table, controlling the respondent-level data that displays and maintaining data privacy. Now for this last analysis, let's use a verbatim variable to take a look at what respondents have said. Instead of scrolling through pages of text, create a word cloud. You can easily exclude unhelpful words or filter on items of interest. We hope you enjoyed exploring data with Harmoni. Thanks for watching.